my path to law school is not a traditional one. I've been through undergrad and got my bachelor's degree in English, and from there I wanted to go into library sciences. So I got my master's degree in library sciences and my master's degree in English because I wanted to go toward academic librarianship. In that process, I had always worked in the Writing Center, which is at the community college setting and the university setting, but I mostly focused on the community college setting. So after I finished my master's in English, I was able to get a teaching position. So I'm an adjunct professor of English at Hillsborough Community College. Kind of saw law school as something I've always wanted to do, but didn't think that I could. So I finally got to a point where I realized I could challenge myself and try to do more with my degrees and with my ambitions. With my graduate degrees, one of them focuses on information literacy and it focuses on the organization of knowledge. So it deals with research and it deals with all of the communication that goes back and forth between users of a library, users and their needs for information, and the professional's ability to give them that information. And with English, I focused on rhetoric and composition. And so with rhetoric, you do study this power dynamic of arguing and the ability to communicate effectively and to evaluate ideas. So from that perspective, law school has kind of been a natural fit in being able to research and track court decisions throughout different cases and different time periods even, but also being able to understand and communicate effectively what the court said and how it applies in our case or our fact pattern that we're working with. The thing that fascinates me about the law is that it is like working with a mental puzzle and you have different pieces that you have to work with. You have to consider the context and the frame in which we're working, and you also have to understand at what point does the law or social policy fit this particular case, this particular group, this particular dispute, or how it doesn't fit and why things should be different in this example or in this instance. Pursuing the legal field is something that I had to come to for myself. I've had people suggest going to law school before, but I knew unless I was able to make that commitment myself, I wouldn't make it through law school, and that's certainly true now that I've finished my first year of law school. That dedication and commitment, it has to come from the inside. It cannot be another person pushing you through it. And it definitely has helped me grow as a person and as a student as well. What attracted me to Cooley is that it's a very inclusive and diverse school. And when I was looking through my options, I knew Cooley was the only school I wanted to go to. It has a fantastic faculty, and what's really unique about Cooley is the years of practical experience that the faculty has. And it's really nice to be able to study the cases, but then also hear professors talk about their own experience with similar situations and how it differed or how it was similar to what we're working on in class. They also bring an extra element of what we need to consider and what we need to know about as far as how do we present ourselves and how do we act within a professional settings and upholding the codes of conduct that we have to work with as lawyers and as licensed attorneys.